Let me show you something. Something big is happening around the world, and everyone is talking about it. In fact, constant discussion has made new tech seem like it's constantly shouting, AI, here to save, more like destroy the world. People are scared. It is hard to go online these days without encountering AI content, often highlighting inspiring opportunities for its use, but always delving into potential dangers to keep us on edge. However, in the minds of international conglomerates, AI is just another worker, except it takes no breaks and requires nothing but data and energy to keep it running. Problem 1 with humans. Wait. What am I just listening here? I will give a list of problems with humans that you can try to solve individually so that we as a society can alleviate the problems of our world. Getting back on track, problem 1 with humans. We are impractical. We require pay, food, water, and many other things that just cost more than to be replaced by a simple machine. No wonder AI is cutting out of the job market. AI cannot possibly take my job, said a customer service worker to themselves. All the while in 2025, you call customer service impatiently waiting for the phone to get picked up, only for a questionable at best robot voice to ask you, how may I help you today? That sends chills across your body. Tread lightly. AI may be dubious as of now, but bound to get better and soon conquer any job possible. A problem which in 2025 is at the top of our worries, yet so fundamentally misunderstood that from any ordinary person's perspective, help need not be useful. This talk might be different from any other you have heard. You might be saying to yourself that this is just another speech about AI, but it is not. This is a talk about human development. Let's take a look at this graph. It shows technological developments through time. Now, all these words don't really matter that much, but the important thing here is the trend. In the last 3 decades, technology has skyrocketed, and as AI comes to the scene, it is projected for that line to become near vertical. It is very easy to underestimate AI and its capabilities, but what people knew for the last decade was that AI took its time to develop. It takes an insane amount of time and energy to build and train a successful AI model. But then this happened. A Chinese-based tech startup took $1 trillion bite out of the US tech stock market. But what is surprising about this one is that it took the company only $6 million to create an AI model of a complexity rivaling ChatGPT, the most infamous of them all. This could have never happened before, and it gave us reason to believe that AI will take over the workforce sooner than we expected. This is problem 2 with humans. We are presumptuous. We believe presumptions in cases where they were made without a solid base of facts or calculated estimates. In this case, AI has a cover of danger, but if we use it correctly, it can help us advance our society. Looking back at the graph, you might think, there have been so many revolutionary technologies throughout time. And despite the simple observation, you would be correct. The man has invented farming. He now doesn't need to solely focus on food. Instead, he can use his mind to craft. Using his newfound craftsmanship, he started trading with other humans and also utilizing his materials in new ways. But progress was limited, and theoretical knowledge of the world's principles was yet to develop. Technology really started booming during the Industrial Revolution. With it, it brought factories, assembly lines, and complex machines so that we don't have to constantly use our own body force to produce things. That cuts down manual labor. Throughout the 19th and early 20th centuries, machines continued developing to the extent that a lot of the cognitive work humans had to do being replaced by technology, more specifically computers and algorithms. That was in the mid-20th centuries. But not many people lost their jobs, like NASA's human computers, but nevertheless, that was enough to spark the fears amongst the general populace that the new tech was here to take over the world. People did not accept that change well. Problem 3 with humans. We have difficulties when accepting change. Now, some people respond better than others, but the general trend is that humans and change do not go well. There is always this fear of risks and mystery of what is to come. but changes the way we achieve progress, the way we achieve anything actually. We have to be able to accept change. Now, I want you to think back at all these inventions. Do you see a pattern? Well, many of these previous inventions have been targeted at physical work or expanding potential thinking. But oh no, AI is fundamentally different. It doesn't directly do your physical work instead of you. It doesn't help you craft things. It is meant to think instead of you. Thinking was thought to be a part of jobs that was non-negotiably secured from technological developments. Even when computers were invented, yes, they used complex algorithms to sort information, but they could not fundamentally create it. Only humans could, until AI was there to do it for them. A lot of people were scared by this idea. People will and actually are losing their jobs whilst everyone else scrambles to assess the situation and determine its pros and cons. That is problem 4 with humans. We often follow the thinking model called splitting. We try to categorize things into black and white, right or wrong, pros and cons. But we fail to realize that most often things are in the middle. They're not right or wrong, or true or false, or black and white. They can be gray, or just simply in the middle. We have to assess things not exactly objectively, but not split them into right or wrong. Yet we're still asking ourselves the questions, could people eventually lose their jobs? And is our economy going to crumble when people stop having stable sources of income? Well, this is problem 5 with humans. We are pessimistic, always influenced by or searching for the negative things in a situation. In this case, here we're talking about a full-scale economic recession, but we're too pessimistic to realize that things won't happen overnight. They won't happen like this. AI will need time to take over jobs, if it actually will. But we have to be able to ignore pessimistic thoughts. We have to be able to think positively. I might have a fancy problem to explain why these questions are not worth an answer, but I still have one. No. If you act intelligently, AI can become your tool. Don't worry about losing your job, or for the young ones out there, entering a career in danger of automation, because AI still has things to achieve, but anyone can help operate AI. If any of these graphs, ideas, or articles have any truth within them, it would be the part that says AI will be a pivotal part of our future society. If it is your decision whether to try to helplessly defend yourself from AI or whether to try to embrace it in your own life and try to use it in order to lessen your life. If AI will be this big part of our future society, it will need people to use it. It will need people to provide it with data, and it will certainly need people to maintain it. If we try to work together, we can try to use AI to further our own society. Schools are a great example of problem 6 with humans. We often overreact, blind to unintended consequences. Schools have been frightened by the great amount of cheating AI provides in schools, but clearly ignoring the fact that AI will be this pivotal part of our society in the future. Schools are essentially releasing students into the world with skills that could very easily be replaced by a machine. If students can use AI to cheat about having certain skills, why not just have AI have those skills instead of them? Schools should instead focus a bit more on providing skills for students that can help them operate or at least understand AI more in the future so that we can have more technological developments, lessen our life as a society. This might be a bit of a radical thought, but again, we don't have to, not everything has to happen in an instant. We can slowly start thinking about building our society in the future based around having certain skills with AI. In the future, the question won't be, is your job safe from AI, but which job uses AI the most to its advantage? But then again, there has to be balance. We cannot expect AI to do all the work for us when sometimes AI just doesn't have the instincts or gut feeling humans do. We cannot always be practical. We have to be able to assess our capabilities and efficiency. We cannot ignorantly pursue change when not all change is for the better. There is a certain balance to make. There is even balance within the AI story. Machines in their current stage cannot feel emotion. They do not feel bad if something happens, or something happens to them, or something else, because they are objective. Humans, however, are not. You might think that being subjective or emotional is just another problem with humans, but being subjective and emotional is what makes us, us. You can think of it as a paradox. We can identify being emotional as a problem with humans, but then what makes us different from everything else, like AI? There is a boundary to make, a line to separate real problems with humans from what distinguishes us as a group, a sort of balance. But this talk isn't all about balance. It is about human development. And human development is really personal development on a large scale. All these sayings you have heard before, all these talks, all these lessons, all these pieces of advice that might seem like tenuous cliches at this point, have truth within them. They're worth listening to. People are very different, so try your own way not to be impractical. Assess your capabilities and efficiency. Try your own way not to be presumptuous. Discern facts from guesses. Try your own way to battle these problems with humans. Once again, a collection of ones is many, and with many, anything can be achieved. But most of all, strive to achieve balance. If we ourselves try to at least deal with the problems with humans, we as a civilization can improve, surpass, and persist no matter the challenge, even if it means exploring unknown territories. Like this, step by step, from the foundations and upwards, we can alleviate the problems of our world and capitalize on the opportunities it presents us, like AI. But for now, I can only tell you to do one thing. Try your best to balance the problems with humans. Thank you.